Welcome to the CueSports International Expo. This is the $25,000 added Diamond Las Vegas Open. Full field of 128 players. This is the second of 5 U.S. Pro Billiard Series events, sponsored and presented by CueSports International and Predator. The game is 10-ball, race to 4, winner breaks, best of 2 sets. If players split sets, we go to an exciting spot shot shootout. This is George Teache in the booth with Jeremy Jones bringing you live action from the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino.
Yeah, and you wouldn't say the guy breaking the balls is anything, of an underdog. I don't think he's an underdog in this match, but I think he's kind of silently going through the tournament and not being talked about like he normally would.
Normally is, yeah.
And I think he's just gaining strength and a little more comfort. He's going to be tough to deal with. Of course, Hall of Famer Thorsten Hohmann, or he's going to be newly inducted here to the Hall of Fame. He's our most recent.
Yes, he's the inductee.
Yeah.
Dennis Orcollo, if you don't recognize him with the mask on, is at the table right now, and he faces Thorsten Hohmann.
Yeah.
Both of those own just about every title available. Well, actually, Dennis not so much on the tournament circuit, but known as the best money player on the planet. Some say.
Yeah, well, he's a great player, and he's won all kinds of titles, all kinds of disciplines. And one thing about Dennis that I always really appreciate is how well he adapts to different equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And not just tables. I've seen him switch cues, and after playing perfect and not liking something and switching a tip or whatever to get a little more to his liking. Now just an ideal situation to open this match. This is a winner side match. Whoever goes on here to win will make the final 32. The loser will have to win one more match to get into that final day tomorrow. He's got to kind of kill it here. Nice shot. Okay, he's just settling himself here.
Coming all the way down for the 9.
Yeah, I don't think there's much question at 2 rails going back above the 10 to the right side of the table. I mean, you could. That's what he's doing. I like him pinching this ball.
Just coming over to the left side of the table?
Yeah, right where he's standing.
Yeah,
the pocket becomes so big with such a pure stroke that he has. I think the only way to miss this is to try and go back and forth, in my opinion anyways. Yeah, I think that was all day, George.
Oh, yeah. When you said he might go back and forth, I was thinking.
Well, he was questioning it there for a moment. Yeah, his first tip position, the first time he got down, was much more towards the middle of the cue ball.
Oh, okay. And it's going to, well, it killed pretty nice coming off of there.
Yeah, he didn't have much angle. He created all that movement with just a little above center tip.
Well, what a start.
Also breaking from that side rail like his countryman earlier, Alex Pagaline, but a little different break, a little more steam into the one ball there and a little more head-on hit on the one.
Mm-hmm.
So you're always going to get more action on the balls like that.
Yeah, Thorsten cashed in the Arizona Open 9th through 16th out of the, I think it was 57 players. This one and the Puerto Rico tournaments are both 128 player field. The big thing about the Puerto Rico tournament coming up is it's $50,000 added. This one's 25. But we are in Las Vegas at the CueSports International Expo, which is comprised of the BCA World Championships, USA National Championships, and then the Predator World 10-ball.
And I apologize to you fans for a little bit of a late start here in this first match of the evening session, but our 3 o'clock round ran tight, and those guys are fighting for the tournament life. So
yeah, it was a one-loss side match between Roland Garcia and Albin Ocean, and it went to the second shot of the sudden death, which Albin missed. Roland made the first one and first 2, and then Albin missed his shot.
I didn't realize that was a one-loss side match. I thought that was a winner side match. I didn't forgot who Albin. I thought Albin was still undefeated.
Oh, wait. You might be right. I might have got that wrong.
I haven't kept up with Roland as much. Albin we've
I
had
don't
on
know.
the table.
Yeah, that was a winner's side match. I'm
Okay.
sorry, guys, if I said I did say loser's side.
So Roland will be back along with Albin. And a nice starter there because he didn't have a full pocket on that one ball. You know, Thorsten's a guy who had a little bit of a break. You might say a little bit from results there for a couple of years, and probably not quite competing as much. But now the last like 3 years, 4 years, he's been really back at it. And he's a guy that knows how to win. Deserving of his Hall of Fame induction that will be later this year.
He did win his first 2 matches against Randy Camanti and Joe Bautista.
All right, watch for the thick hit here. That's the tendency on the miss on this shot.
No, I thought you overcut that ball.
Oh, he made sure that he wasn't driving it in that first side rail. Now here's a decision that Thorsten, he plays a lot of games very well. You know, that's probably why he's in that Hall of Fame, not just because of his rotation skills, but he's won some major straight pull championships, 8-ball championships. So this type of shot, playing this 5-ball up long, is a very natural thing for him to do.
Yeah, he's not going to move the cue ball around. The little movement in straight pool.
Yeah, and not minding taking balls up the table. Yeah. You know, you play from underneath quite a bit. Now he's one that he likes to stun the ball. It's a little less than he did, you know, in his prime. In his prime, he almost exclusively relied on stunning the ball and the draw stroke a lot. I think he's furthered his game in the last 10 years.
Coming more with the inside English and things like that?
Yeah, just using a touch more spin and a little more smooth with the stroke, you know. One thing about the stun, when you get in gear, you can be deadly, I don't know, if you're that type of player. But at the same time, if you get a little off or if nerves get high, it can cause you to bobble some balls at times. Oof.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. When that was going into the pocket or almost to the pocket, I thought it caught the corner of that
it was
corner
questionable.
Pocket. Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. It kind of. I went, oh.
Well, these guys are playing at a nice pace, and of course, both of them have openings to do so in the first 2 games. But still, you got to like what you're seeing if you're a pool fan.
I hope they've both come to the table successfully. Did Dennis break dry?
Yes, he did in game number 2. He had
so
a break and run in the first game.
Right.
We talked about this a couple times the last few days. Of course, you want to break the balls first, but with our format in the shootout, I think that lag is even more important maybe to be shooting first in the shootout.
Yes, I totally agree. Well, I think you have to, at this stage, you have to plan to be in the shootout.
Yeah, it can't be something you're worried about or fear.
Exactly.
Of course, nobody wants to lose, and maybe even more added, you don't want to lose on a shootout. But hey, you're going to win some and lose some, but you're definitely going to have some. Now Thorsten, he's a guy that it took a little bit for him to get the 10-ball breakdown. It's almost like he overhit him for a little while. Albin was very similar. So now, I think in the last 2 years, a year and a half of me seeing him break 10 balls, gotten a lot better. But you could see it wasn't quite the timing of the other guys, so he still does miss it occasionally.
It was off to the side the way it came off the rail. I mean, off the one ball to kind of track to the left side right away.
Yeah, well, when your technique is to stun the ball a little bit more, you don't go through the cue ball quite as much. And, you know, the 10-ball break, one of the very common things between the great breakers and on down to the guys that are behind them is the follow-through. You know, Shane, who doesn't follow through on a lot of shots, he's more of a striker of the cue ball, you might say. He follows through to the middle of the table on the break.
Sure.
And that's where you'll see a lot of the guys do the same.
I know one of the most powerful 10-ball breaks I've seen. You know, there's been a lot of them, but one of the more I guess that I remember up there is Rodney Morris's.
Oh yeah, Rodney had a great 10-ball break. That's the interesting kick on a rail first. I think the best 10-ball breakers, of course, Shane's up there. Feder Gorse with his results.
Right.
And Tyler Steyer.
Tyler Steyer, yeah. Yeah, you spoke very highly of Tyler's 10-ball break, and I've watched it. Sitting next to you, I've watched you analyze it. And
well, he has the greatest room for error that I see. Meaning, I see him sometimes not hit the one how he wants. Still flies the cue ball past the side, avoiding the scratches, and gets the movement on the object ball. So, does he have to swerve this a touch, or is he going to play to overcut this one ball? I wouldn't overcut it with the 10 there.
I think he's going rail first with he's going to swerve it.
Right, but I'm saying he could hit high and overcut the one to the back rail and run the cue ball. But with the 10 there, that's a dangerous shot.
Okay.
You rolled out awfully tough, though, right?
Yes, he did.
He called the side already? I need some help. He's going to get it.
He's going to get it.
And that's one of the, you got to take luck, one way or another, however you look at it. But when a guy rolls out, maybe bad, you might call that, put himself in a real tough spot and gets away with it like that, that can bother you a little bit.
It might take a few shots to get over it.
Well, if it happened again, that could really bother you.
One of the things I was watching is a couple of the guys practice their jump shots with shots like this and landing that ball right on top of it and just making balls like this.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
They're good with the cue, when that jump cue. They do such a good job of it.
I think when the object ball is further away from the cue ball, the one you're going over, than the space between the one you're going over and the one you're shooting at, easy to jump over both balls,
I agree. Yeah, because that one's
trying to carry that first 5 ball, right?
Yeah, he's got to carry it a little further and get it down fast.
Yeah, he's going to kick this withdrawal, trying to come across our side of it. Oh, I get the top side of it. A lot of balls there to get lucky with, though.
And I think he's going to do it.
There's going to be an opening, for
he's
a 1-7.
He's got that combo, yeah.
This is an interesting shot with the 3 there on the side rail guarding that other corner. He can't just simply roll this in and have the opposite corner for the 1. He may have to get a little speed into this to make the 1 kind of get out a little bit for a shot. Oscar Dominguez on one of the outer tables. Still battling after an early loss. He's not going to like that. And he's arrested the cue ball on the rail, so he's going to have to play a little bit of a dangerous safety unless he can push the 1 just right by the 9 and put him on the back of the 9. Otherwise,
that's going to take a touch.
Yeah, otherwise he's going to have to chop the 1 and come in between the 5-8 with the cue ball.
I actually like what you just suggested, because he can put them all in a straight line. Just barely bounce the 1 ball off the rail.
It's touchy.
Yeah.
If you have to cut the 1 at all, yeah, he can do it.
Yeah.
He could have done it.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
He didn't get there. He was trying to play one really nice and tight, going by the 5 and getting him to the back of the 2 with the cue ball. Now, you can't predict a ton here because he's going to go into the 9. And the 5's a big ball out in the center of the table, so should still move the cue ball off the 9 a little bit. I think it should come across to the good side of the 5 for Thorsten. Yeah, you see how it killed it, though? That's what I would have been worried about. Yeah.
Yeah, and it got him.
Yeah, because when you're cutting that 1 so thin, you're catching a lot of the 9 ball. So the one thing for him that may have been better is if he chose to throw the ball in with a little bit of right English. That would have helped him catch the 9 a little thinner.
And also slide the cue ball off the 9 down table.
Great movement, right?
Sure, great movement. Pick up a little speed with the English off the rail.
Cross corner he's called. Way up high with the cue. Oh, and a miscue.
Well, they're tied at 1. And Dennis with ball in hand.
You wouldn't figure him to set up straight on the 3 to draw, but he may, considering if he doesn't, he's got to move the cue ball into maybe a thin position on the 3, so we'll see. I would probably just, all right, he is. He's going to go to the rail and try and get nice and straight. And if he falls at a little angle, he'll just move the cue ball to the clear side of the table. It's got to go a little bit. Doesn't want to be stretched awkwardly.
Well, he's right-handed. He can just lean over the table there.
Yeah, now he's going to follow. He won't hit it hard enough to get to the side, I don't think.
Does he want to go to the right side of the 8 or the left, or come all the way down? I think the right side of the 8.
Yeah, it's just a matter if he's going to come 2 rails at it or if he's going to kill 1 rail with a touch of left English.
Just like this. Could have come a little more towards it. Well, he can play the other pocket if he cares to, but
I think that's certainly what he's going to do here, but you got to make the cue ball move a little bit here now. So a little more out of line on the 6 than I expected. Is he pinching this and coming back short side for the 8 in the opposite side pocket?
Sure looks like
it. He killed it nicely. Wow. That angle really fooled me, George. I thought he had to move the ball across the 8.
Well, that's why I asked. I wonder which he's going to do, because he was right on the line where he could do what he pleased.
He's got to shoot this in the corner. He's flirting with hitting the 10 ball otherwise.
10 ball, yeah. Straight here? Will he just fall down or fall against the rail there?
Yeah, just cheat the pocket and get to the left rail with the cue ball here. You can even not get to the rail, period. Just hit it like that and make sure nothing bad's going to happen. They're always tough at this level.
You push behind the 3, take a jump shot so you can stop it and take the 1 ball out of their 3 rails?
I don't think I'd roll out that tough. I might roll out and pin the 2, like move the 2 underneath the 8 or something, and the 1 doesn't pass the 4, so.
Just going to pocket the 9.
I don't know if I would have left that. He can cue the ball decently. He's over the 8 a little bit, but the 1-4 is playable. I mean,
he might be able to make this ball.
Yeah.
If it goes by the 4, looks
no, it doesn't.
On the monitor, it looked like it did.
No, it definitely doesn't go by the 4, but the combo.
Oh, no, yeah, right.
The combo's not bad, in my opinion. It's not the worst combo in the world, anyways. I think he's supposed to shoot at this.
Some guys might entertain a shot at the 10 ball. Your amateurs would. They'll ride the cash here.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't dead roll it. He could either draw it like a light draw stroke or like, medium roll stroke forward, either one, but I like him shooting at it. Yeah, very shocked at the rollout there by Thorsten. I would have left him at the combo maybe, but not where he could cue the ball though.
Yeah. That surprised me. And I didn't see the reason for that. Clearing the table up there on top, opening it all up. And come right up against the 10. Oh.
It's close to. Thorsten will probably call the 10 here if he has to kick at this ball.
Yeah, sure will.
He wants to hit the bottom of the 1 anyways.
And he has. Called the 10, that is.
He can hit this with draw. He can aim a little higher and hit it with a high ball. He's hitting it with more of a center. Oof.
You got a little clip of it.
Sure did. Nice hit. I'm not sure he's going to get much reward besides the good hit on the 1. But
trading safeties.
yeah, the 3 ball's huge here. Good in position, going back and forth to the 2.
A little bit of left. He could come into the 6 to hold it for the 2.
Pretty thin. I think he might go above the side off this second rail like that and then back over. That's got to go a little. I think it's going to get there though.
It did.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I mean, you can let your stroke out. You're not worried about kissing off of the 3 some kind of bad way. You take the scratch and the side out of play.
The road opened up to get on the hill for Dennis for the first set. Got to run these, was it 6 balls? 5 balls. One day I'll learn how to count.
Well, 9 was off the table there, George. Fooled you.
Well, it was that push out that Thorsten made the 9 on.
Yeah, and from that push out, you sometimes expect to get snookered off of a push out, of course, but I thought a little questionable rolling out where he did, and then Dennis played a nice combination, then forced the safety behind the 10, and it's going to get him game number 4.
And on the hill for this race to 4. It's the first race of 2. If Dennis proceeds to take this, then Thorsten has his work cut out to make sure he gets the next and take it to a shootout, or move over to the 1-loss side. And if Dennis takes this, and Thorsten does capitalize on the second set, forces it to a shootout and wins the shootout, well, Dennis will be looking at that same B side of the bracket. Patience is a virtue, and both gentlemen sitting in the chair seem to have it. Started out the set with a break and run. From the other side, though, he broke.
Man, I like that mental attitude, not being afraid to change. Tough rollout. 2's open. He's going to have to challenge him here, I believe.
Hit the 7. Oh, he's going to go all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, but he's going to cut the cue ball off. He's not going to give him much
Yeah,
of the bottom of the ball.
Exactly. I thought he might just roll up on top of the 7 and give him the jump shot over the 6.
Yeah, but he's probably getting that back, Dennis is. So Dennis wants to, if he's getting it back, he wants to have a little more control if he happens to get it back with a 3-1 lead, you know. The 2's away a long enough way away from the pocket to where you don't feel like you have to roll out to a jump, right? So
I like Dennis coming off this 2 ball to the right side rail and trying to put the cue ball on top of the 5.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough angle.
With as much one pocket as he plays.
Yeah, not a big ball there though, George.
No, I realize that.
And I kind of feel like he'll hit a little on the too close to that right pocket to really kill it behind.
Yeah, so he doesn't have enough of a cut on the, not enough angle on the deuce to do that.
Yeah, if the cue ball is more over that left corner pocket that the cue ball's near, that angle really is nice for it.
Yeah, from this angle I can see it.
He can shoot at this, I think. Yeah, I mean, 3 goes.
Well, Thorsten with a good move, letting Dennis take it back. Giving it back.
That's touchy. He may try and just guide the 2 across the 4 and nestle him on the back of the 5, but that's so touchy. You'd think maybe run the cue ball 2 rails behind the 10. The 2 may get open on you because you do have to put some speed into this to move the cue ball.
Possibly make the 9.
He's hoping the 2 goes into the 5, I think, ish.
Just put it up on top of the table and create a distance.
Yeah, and that was just the fear of the 2 getting away from him.
Try to come down here behind the 7 with the 2 rail there out of the corner.
I like it. I like it. You got a big area with the 3, 6, and 7. There are some gaps, but
that's one of my favorite safeties. You got the 6 and 7 to really take care of it, and the 5 might clip the 2 might clip the 5. No, he just used the 8.
Yeah, I don't know if he used it very well. It's close. And the reason why I like your shot is, man, when you sell out on that soft one right there, it's usually an easy shot of some sort, where at least when you give them a look from the shot you chose, at least they have to shoot some 6, 7 feet down the table.
You get distance and trying to find cover.
Yeah, it should be like 7 out of 10 at least on this one. Surprising. And Dennis draw between the 310 to get on the 310. I know that sounds crazy, but
between it, I think he just goes ahead and bumps the 10, and the cue ball goes into the 3, pushing it towards the pocket. Like that. Oh, he got on the other side of it. He didn't bump it hard enough.
Yeah, and now he's in a pickle. He's going to have to move the cue ball between the 7-10 and hope he gets clear of the 6 to get back for the 4. I don't think he has anything but top and side right here.
He could elevate and kind of just stun to the bottom side of the table for the 4.
There's no angle there, though. Like, hardly any at all. He's letting it out here. Trying to get by the 6. That's the one he's trying to get by.
And he did it.
Yeah, nice shot. That was not easy.
No. It's one of those elevate and hit the top of the ball and kind of almost like a jump shot.
Right.
Yeah.
You get it hopping a little bit to create a little more angle. That's one of those shots that Dennis gets comfortable out here, that he can use that drag shot. He's so good at it.
And settle for the combo, or does it go by the?
It does go. Not a full pocket, it doesn't appear, but
he's
definitely
nice.
plays.
Oh yeah, he's nice and close to it that he just stops it.
Just going to lay on the side rail or near it.
Just don't get straight in.
No, he's going to get a little bounce off that top cushion. Dennis Orcollo is going to take set number 1. We'll see Thorsten breaking to start set number 2. Not only after this 10 ball, but after we return from a commercial break.
Thorsten Hohmann to break the balls in the opening of the second set after losing the first one 4-1. Dennis Orcollo sitting in the red shirt in the corner waiting his turn for set number 2.
Well, Thorsten liked the way the balls broke from that side rail for Dennis. He went over there quickly to break from the same place and not going to get any kind of results that Dennis got. Now he's got a perfect shot on the 1 to draw to the side rail. Got to pay attention to it, but it does offer position.
Thorsten is the 2021 Hall of Fame inductee. I'm trying to give you guys a date of when the ceremonies will be. And they talk about it online, but they don't give up a date.
Dennis now with a great opportunity here to grab a lead here in set number 2. And I tell you, I keep talking about Dennis, but the more time he gets at the table here to get comfortable with this table, I think he's gonna be a guy to reckon with come tomorrow. Now he's got to get by this match to get to that final 32 unscathed. Here, when you come across, just stay off the rail with the cue ball. That's just all your job is. You can handle a lot on the 6 from a lot of places, but you got to be able to move the cue ball.
And tomorrow we'll bring you 5 matches beginning at 12. The final at about 7:30 is scheduled.
Did you get enough on that ball there?
He's got there. He's going to be a
thin, but
thin
he's
cut.
okay.
He's okay.
Oh, got to slow down a little bit, it seems like. That looks good. It's going to go a little past perfect, but
just use a few rails to, just one rail to come back into place. See, this is the shot I like to go 3 rails on. Follow it and come over to the left side, shoot the 10 on the right.
yeah.
A lot of these guys just go the single one and come right back to where he's at, just like that.
Yeah, he could have got past the side there. It's just not knowing the table, not knowing for sure. But that's a shot, though, you have to be confident with on the slick table, is getting past that side from what would be some thinner angles from time to time. But big 10 ball here.
Opening game goes to Thorsten. I mean to Dennis. And Thorsten broke.
He's won 5 out of 6 to start this match. Pretty impressive.
John Lehman, head referee, tournament director. Roland Garcia sitting in the stands watching his countrymen. Roland's come across the pond and doing real well. I'd never seen him play before this year.
Really? Okay.
Remember, I live in Tucson and I stay there, and there's Rolando right next to him. He usually travels with Efren, and he's here without him. In fact, I think the first time I saw him was in Tucson, and Rolando was with Roland. For the Arizona Open, one of the 5 Pro Billiard Series events for the year.
10 ball. It's not going to get there.
Oh.
Well, this is all right. He's got a
too far.
Kiss shot. He can make the 1. He probably ends up playing a kiss shot off the 3 into the 10. Maybe he gets on the combo on the 10, but I don't really see a great route to do that. I'd like to just ice this 1 ball, get the 2. You can play the kiss shot from way down table. You don't have to be near it.
Yeah,
so
I like it.
Just a matter of don't lose focus on these first 2 early ones. Got off the rail with the cue ball, so he can basically stop his ball, which is what I would do to play the kiss shot. You want to stay nice and heavy on the 3 to draw off of it for the 10, I think anyways.
Yes.
I think that's what he's looking at. If you come back a little bit, now you really have to draw the cue ball long, you know, a big draw stroke. Well, didn't want to get over the 4. Still shouldn't hamper him. I'll tell you what usually happens here. Now the thing is, now he's got to worry about the 3 coming off the 8 and kissing the, yeah, see, he wanted to be much further on what would be our right side of the 3. Now if he cuts the 3, what I think is correct to get the cue ball onto the 10, I think the 3 might come off the 8 back into the cue ball. Yeah, come off the rail. He may have to pass on this kiss shot here, George, or just take a chance that he beats that kiss on the 3. And he knows he got a little far there.
Yeah, he came out.
He'd rather been where the 2 was, just kind of like stopped his ball.
He'd almost rather be a little bit more to the top of the table on the screen. where he could just really draw off it. I wouldn't. I
Yeah,
mean,
but then
to
you're
avoid
still,
the kiss. To avoid
but
the
it's
kiss.
still kissing it. You need to be
Yeah.
closer to the 9 to avoid that kiss. He still beat it though,
Nice shot.
and he had to shoot at it. Great shot. Ties our set at 1 apiece.
Well, that was a big shot for Thorsten.
Absolutely.
And a nice one. Those are such pretty shots, and they just get you an early game.
Yeah, and most kiss shots, you know, especially when the balls are separated like that, the 3 and 10 so far apart. Normally, you don't have to be next to them to be able to get the job done. It's just all about the angle you're coming in.
Getting the balls right. CueSports International Expo with the $25,000 Diamond Las Vegas Open. This is the 3rd day. Tomorrow will be all the semifinals and the final.
Going back to that side rail. Now he changed it with a little cut there. He's made a ball in the break. Cue ball got back to that end rail. He's got a long, tough shot on the 1, but it does play.
And the cue ball does track the position for the 2. It's going to be short rail position, but it does track that way. Going to follow. Nice shot.
Well, that right side rail has got some congestion, but it sure looks like everything does play.
He's got to get good on the 6. And the 5's below it, so.
A little flat here. So easy to overhit position here, you know, because you don't want to get snookered, right? So in the back of your mind, you're like, all right, don't underhit it, lay on these balls. I don't figure him to go with top English and be so much further away from the 5 when he shoots it. So it's going to be 1 rail out. Easy to get a little thin. Oh, he came 2.
Yeah.
Still maybe a hair thin. He's fine. I mean, if you ever practice the yo-yo drill,
Yes.
you know that this shot is very doable to get back past the side.
Still scares me though.
Well, you
It
just
still
got to
scares you.
commit to the stroke, and I'm not sure
And
he
it
did
scares
it.
him
Yeah.
too.
I'm surprised if he was trying to hit before the side. And the reason being is you don't want to shoot the 6 and have to go into the 8 at all, right? You want to be on the good side of the 6. You could mess the 8 up or put it in a bad spot if you had to cut the 6 a little. So
he was trying to go above the
well,
side.
he pointed like he wanted to hit below, but that
Oh.
doesn't make much sense to me. Like he got too much draw on it.
Well, that was a big mistake.
Yeah, and after making a ball on the break and a great shot on the 1. Okay, RoboCop's just got to worry about coming out to the center and where he can reach it, gaining a little angle on the 9.
Dennis to break for the 4th game of the 2nd set. You know, Jeremy, in this tournament we have 3 Hall of Famers and soon to be 4 with Thorsten.
In the tournament?
In the tournament, we've got Ralph Souquet, Alex Pagulayan, and Darren Appleton.
Yeah, I would have bet we had more Hall of Famers in it.
Mika Immonen, excuse me.
Mika Immonen.
There's 5. Let me keep going down this list here. I think that's about it. I missed him.
Okay, I don't think the 2's going to open for a shot. The 10 wasn't there. I think you would take on the kick, but it looks like the 2 would be going right into the the 10 there, and that doesn't do much for the kick shot. He may test his jump skills here, though, as far as rolling out towards the 3, making it a close but tough jump. Dennis would probably rather not do that. I like shaving the 6 myself and trying to make the 6 real funny on the rail to where it doesn't pass by the 7 and going up into that upper left-hand corner. You're giving a look at the 2, and you might get snookered behind it, but it shouldn't be a tough kick shot. And you kind of can slow him down a little bit, maybe, making the 6 very difficult.
He's not thinking about moving the 6 ball.
Well, he's really concerned with his cue ball being in a real particular place, and I don't blame him.
As you said, put the 6 ball on the rail so it doesn't go by the 7. I also thought maybe just thins it, sends the cue ball up behind the 8.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
Shave the 6 to the rail and go up where he wanted to go anyways. He was looking up there the entire time, right? So I thought maybe he may entertain, replacing the 6 somewhere, making it more difficult.
He's left the top of the ball open.
Yeah, he's got to spin this, I think, and try and slowly, put the cue ball behind the 10 and the 2 behind the 3-9. He can get to his right side of the 2 ball or left side of the 2 ball. He's got to add a little right English to do that shot, though. Not only to throw the 2 ball by the 3 coming off this bottom cushion, but also to make the cue ball spread a little bit, George.
How about trying to bank the 2 ball right between the 8-9, and with inside English, bring the cue ball back underneath the 3-9.
It's a possibility.
With a lot of inside.
Yeah, that tight a window, I'm not sure he wants to move. I'm surprised he gave this back. That tells me that that first shot I was talking about, hitting that right side of the 2, the player's right side of the 2 may not be as available as I thought. But Dennis certainly doesn't mind slow dragging this with that right spin to get the most out of it. Now Dennis is obviously going to use his extension here.
Attention, please.
This is 2 rollouts that he's passed, Thorsten.
He was successful on 1.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. There were some simple things there that. Now it's a 10 play. Does it throw in the side pocket if he can get to the 2? It's close. I'm looking right down the line. He may be able to slow kick to this bottom rail here.
It throws away from the to the left of the 2, doesn't it?
It should throw it downward. Yeah, it needs to go downward a little bit, meaning towards that side rail. And the good thing about that kick is that the 2 should come off the 10 to the bottom rail. Maybe the cue ball goes up with the 10 and maybe gets a little separation. We'll see.
He's going to have to shoot.
Yeah, you can't hit it really hard and expect to make this, though. Not only because the side pockets are hard. It's hard to shoot at this angle and make it, but I think the way he needs to throw it as well. Okay, he'll take that. Well, maybe not. This got right in the gap.
Dennis will bump the 10 with the cue ball.
Most likely. There's a pretty big area.
Yeah, he's got a lot of room to play with.
He's got a lot of room to get to the right of it if he wants. Or just slow roll it. Always knowing the 5 was near. So, and he got a little funny here. He's got to use a good depth touch. If he comes out and gets much angle here on the 5, it could get a little funny getting to that 6. And we're playing all ball fouls. You miscue? No, it's okay.
Made that look easy. He must have had a little more angle than we thought.
I would use the crutch. I thought he would use the, yeah, for sure. He doesn't have to come much to get for the 6, so.
Up.
What is Dennis now? 38 years
Dennis
old?
is 42.
Oh, is he 42 now?
Mhm.
Wow. Time flies. First met him, I think, in
Same age as Thorsten.
03, I think. I played him. He was in my group stage at the World Championships in Cardiff. First time I put my eyes on Dennis. 2 years in a row, he was in my round robin stage. At that time, of course, not known on the tournament scene, but you know how the Filipinos were talked about. Oh, this guy's beating everybody over there, and so on. And that's him and Antonio Linning were really doing all the big time action matches back in Manila at the time.
Well, he's on the hill for the second set, leading 3-1. Trying to close it out, 2 in a row. Thorsten's not happy about that. But sometimes in the chair, there's not much you can do. The soon-to-be Hall of Famer. Well, he's already pretty much got the title. He just needs to be inducted in the ceremonies. Here comes Dennis to break. Can he put that last nail in Thorsten's winner's side coffin? Send him over to the one-loss side, or the B side of the bracket, as it's called.
Yeah, whoever loses here will have to play again tonight to get to tomorrow.
Dennis will move on, or the winner of this match will move on to the top 32 and have a redraw. But it will go to single elimination.
What's he do here? He's got a big pocket on the 2. It's a matter of pocketing the 1. Does he maybe play a kiss shot on the 9 with a lot of right spin? Or does he just level out and try and knock this 1 in, going into the 9 with the cue ball, knowing the 2 is a very makeable ball from a lot of places? So
I think he just tries to pocket the ball with high English
I would
and
just
stay there off
high
the 9.
English, huh?
Yeah.
He's not going through the 9 and scratching, is he?
I don't believe so. I wouldn't hit
close.
it hard. It's close, but
guys don't want to baby this too much. So if there's a scratch, he'll cue downward on the ball before he rolls it softly.
You know, you made a good point that he might follow the 9 ball into the pocket. I don't think he does, and he's coming. It looks like he's coming back a little bit. Yep. You made sure that didn't happen, so that might have been a possibility.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That he would rather hit draw English long before rolling the ball if there's a scratch there. So he's in a good spot now. Could play a kiss shot on the 10, but I don't think so. Just got to go 3 rails here, doesn't he? I mean, he could come 1 row over and take a long shot on the 4 and fall between the 5-8 and, you know, take that long shot because the pocket is so big and the 5's near. In fact, that's probably what I do. I probably come 3 rails to this little,
That's
to this
what it
big
looks like
gap.
he's doing.
No, he's coming around.
Just right.
Still got to kill the cue ball here. I mean, I know he's got a big pocket and all, but he's got some angle.
A little bit of draw into the 6 off the rail.
Maybe.
Just in case that way he doesn't come out too far. Kind of like an insurance shot.
Now this would be an interesting shot. He comes back with the side pocket probably. With the 8-9 there, that's probably what he's going to do. Just gathering 2 cushions, getting back behind the head string for the 6 on the side or the lower right corner.
Doesn't really want to disturb the 7 when he shoots the 6.
That's a little light. Not the best with the cueing there. Hit the ball well, but just kind of let up on it a little bit. So talked about it before with the top players. It's quite different than the amateurs. It's usually when the nerves are higher, the pressure's on. It's the underhit that you'll see cause problems for the pros.
Instead of the overhit for the amateurs.
Exactly,
yeah.
Nice shot. Little body movement there, but you could hear those beeps going off with the shot clock. So.
They kind of shark you a little bit.
Yeah. He's nice and heavy here on the 7, though, so shouldn't be any issues. Pulling the ball 2 rails to the left long side rail there.
Ends up between the side pocket on the left and the 8 ball.
Wow,
He'd be in
he's
good
following
shape.
this ball.
It's going to go 2 rails forward.
Yeah, but speed. Oh, he's coming down the clean side of the table. He better hope it slows down a little. This is going to get really on the 50. And I don't mind his play right there. He expected to have better speed, of course, but he was sitting nice on the 7 to pull the ball backwards and have the 8 in the opposite corner he's going to shoot at now. But all right, I think he's gotten the cue ball back in line.
Yes, he has. Move this to 3-2. He wants to do. Thorsten Hohmann to break, trailing 2-3 in the second set. Race to 4.
And we'll see what kind of movement he gets off the rack here. In the last break, not much. I thought he hit him well, but just cue ball's gone.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and he's made balls. He's made as many as he has the entire match, making 2 on the break. And we know what the percentages are with these guys when they have ball in hand.
Especially with a spread like this.
Yeah, and
8 balls.
Yeah, the 3's tricky though.
And
the 8 is kind of covering the 5 up a little bit, with the 3 being right before the 5. So I think he probably shoots the 1 and shoots the 2 and comes to the bottom rail and in between the 5-8 with the cue ball. That's what I would do, I think. I think I would shoot the 1, get a little angle, kind of where the cue ball's at now on that angle. Well, is he going to open the 3 up a little bit here? This is dangerous. He's going to try and bump the 3 a little, and I don't know about that. 2 ball, it's over the side, but it doesn't offer every. You can just get anywhere from anywhere with it,
The 2 ball lays in a very good spot that he can make the ball, the cue ball, come to the center of the table, use 2 rails to come for the 3 and leave the cue ball on the right side of the 3 against the rail to get on the 5, going 2 rails right where he's at now for the 5. I know that sounded kind of complicated even in my mind, but it looks a lot simpler in my head.
I'm surprised he didn't get a running angle off this 2 to come to this. I would do this, come to the bottom cushion and then between the 5-8. Now he's drawing it. He's drawing it
just
now.
Come on, now he's golden.
Well, you still got to hit a pure stroke here.
Just make sure he
Can't
clears
afford
the left side of the 8.
Yeah,
Can't afford
any left English on this. This is pushing it, even with the straight high ball. Put a beautiful stroke on it, though. I'll tell you that. He made it spread a long ways. So really, most likely, 1 little shot here on the 5. Make sure that he doesn't lose the cue ball. That's another one of those strokes that I think if Dennis gets used to, that soft kill with the draw like that, drifting into position, going to be a tough guy to beat. Dennis Orcollo is going to move on, it looks like. I don't want to jinx him here, of course, but these look pretty good.
I was going to say Dennis will be playing. No, he's part of the 32 that there will be a redraw. And in the single elimination, Thorsten goes to the 1 loss side.